What's up, y'all? I really just want to get into it, but let's just go with my day. I didn't do nothing. I worked out at home because I don't like going to the gym every day. It's 11:11. Bless you, bless God, bless us all. Everything we have, everything that you have desire of, may you get it in Jesus' name. When I say 11:11, I gotta throw up a prayer. But I have a rant tonight. I was watching a show and they put defense attorney and they spelled it with a C instead of an S, and it drove me crazy because I kept saying, every time it was like this lawyer, it was one of them ID channel shows, and every time this lawyer would talk, they would say a defense attorney with a C, and it just drove me mad. Because why did they do that? Because defense with a C is the British way of spelling it versus American is with an S. But I'm just like, why is the English language so complicated? And are other languages this complicated? Because I know that we don't speak other languages, and some of y'all do, y'all bilingual. But is it just really the stupid with the homonyms and the synonyms and the two versus two, and people still can't get it right? People say somebody passed away, they'll pay PASSED. They can't get loose or loose right. It's like, but with all the ways you can make up the word, why did y'all have to make everything so identical? That's my rant for today. Other than that, husband worked on car, did some honeydews, always beautiful. But I didn't really do too much of nothing today, y'all, besides work. You know, the usual. And chores myself, of course, because why wouldn't I be doing laundry and cleaning? If I ain't spraying Clorox every day, what am I even doing with my life at this point? The war in Israel is still going on. The Gaza Strip is at war. It's just a lot going on. The GOP is saying they got to get it together because I think they forgot that we might go to war. So while they were having their little drama with getting rid of a speaker, they're like, we got to get it together, guys. The country could be at war and we're fighting. Like, yeah. Did y'all not remember that? It's like a dysfunctional family. Like, yeah, y'all gonna have your infighting, but you gotta get it together at least until the divorce happens. Like, hold out at least until y'all either get rid of Biden or something. Like, get it together, man. A 21-year-old bought a tiny $200 plot of land in the middle of the desert because he feels like Gen Z literally owns nothing. I hope that works out for you, buddy. I hope that works out for you. Brittany was dancing around like a crazy woman again today. Brittany had a thong so far up her butt, man. That girl, she was interesting, I'll say that. What else we got? A social worker this time, 24, is accused of having sex with a 13-year-old client. That's horrible. Definitely preyed on that poor little boy. The biggest, there's a lot of big news, obviously, with the war and stuff going on, but it's getting more interesting. This whole Puff Daddy might have had something to do with killing Tupac thing. And y'all know, if you listen to me, I know that Diddy is going to be caught up in something soon. I'm just waiting. What is it going to be? Is it going to be some R. Kelly type stuff? Is it going to be this murder plot on Tupac and Biggie? Is it going to be some money stuff? I'm just waiting, pretty much. California will officially ban Skittles and other candies from state during 2027 as the governor signed a bill pretty much saying that it contains brominated vegetable oil, I mean, Skittles, I don't even mess with Skittles, man. One time I was eating so many Skittles, and not to say, but I had stuffed a lot in my mouth because of Skittles. Like, you have to eat a bunch, and my jaw started swelling up because I had one of them citrus reactions or whatever. But yeah, that's what happened to me, bro. So I don't even mess with Skittles no more. Let's see what else we got. Juicy J of 3 6 Mafia saying rap music is down by 40% this year to sales. Yeah, because rap is trash right now. And TikTok is a reason. Like, a lot of people just, most songs I thought were just TikTok songs. I didn't even know somebody actually sung them. The Raiders beat the Packers tonight. The Raiders aren't that good. The Packers made them look too good, dude. Too good. Bradley Cooper and Gigi Hadid are reportedly dating. They get them young girls, don't they? A lot of supporters for pro-Palestine and pro-Israel out in the streets. CNN reporters are taking covers in ditches as rockets are going over their head. The one thing about these reporters, they gonna be there. They gonna be there doing what they doing. At least 9 U.S. citizens are among those who have died after the Hamas attack. Rest in peace to those guys. I just feel like when you go report on something and you really go in there like, this is it, I feel like you guys really are passionate about that. Because if I want to die in a war zone, it's going to be like fighting for my country, not reporting on nothing. How much would it take for you to let somebody beat you up? $1 million, you can beat me up. You can beat me up for $1 million. What else we got? 12-year-old robs a gas station at gunpoint. Wow. That's crazy. He didn't even cover his face either, y'all. A lot of this news is going to be Israel related. Did I remind you that I lost my fantasy football this week again? My sister definitely reminded me. Jerk. Little jerk. Yeah, y'all, I think I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Britney Spears wants to collaborate with Beyonce on Daddy's Lessons. If Britney and Beyonce do a song together, I'm not saying Beyonce wouldn't, because people still hold Britney to a very high regard. I don't, but people do. If she does do a song with Beyonce, it'll go big. Britney definitely wants to get back out there. I just don't know if she can handle. I don't definitely think she can handle tour. You can make a song in the studio, give her a little music video, but going on tour with Britney Spears, man, y'all just asking for some real crazy Kanye stuff at this point. Then you asking people to sue her because you know she ain't gonna make all them performances. But yeah, I think Beyonce would actually do a song with Britney because Britney is still very much esteemed. People still very much look up to the old Britney B. It's Britney B. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else, y'all, that is worth talking about. So let's go on and get into these Reddits. Let's go on and get into these Reddits, big dogs. What is some basic biology knowledge that men should know about when it comes to how women's bodies work and vice versa for men's bodies? Which hole to put it in? But here we go. This is just from my own experience dating guys who were absolutely shocked or disgusted when they found out certain things about women's bodies. Some women have genitals that are dark colored than the rest of their skin, but that's normal. One guy was grossed out with me because he believed that dark genitals were formed when people chronically masturbate or didn't wash themselves enough down there. He was also bewildered or perhaps disappointed that someone of my race had darker genitals because he thought we all have light or normal colored genitals. That's when I realized he had probably never seen a woman outside of porn. He had the audacity to question if I was lying about my ethnicity. Women can get stretch marks even if it's not weight gain or weight loss related. I've been skinny and at times underweight my entire life, but my thighs are covered in long stretch marks. I myself was confused because I assumed stretch marks occur during pregnancy or when someone drastically gained weight. I later realized mine were likely due to growth spurts during puberty. See? Labia can be different lengths, sometimes dramatically. Yes, the labia can look different. Periods, yes, sometimes they are not regular. Women take around 30 minutes to become fully sexually aroused on average. Sex when fully aroused opens up different sensory experience versus being a little bit aroused and just barely after foreplay, meaning the same physical acts feel different. All anatomy and basic functions, we didn't even learn the word vulva in sex ed, and I certainly didn't learn what a prostate is. I didn't know what a prostate is until later in my life either, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, sometimes babies have periods after birth, or they also, their little chest, if it's a girl, can produce milk. This stuff can go on, but I'm just looking in here to see if it's something I didn't know. Somebody said blue balls are actually real. It's absolutely not an excuse to coerce your partner to getting you off. But I've heard girls say, "Did you know blue balls isn't even real?" They're lying. I'm guessing it came from experience of guys pressuring them. Yeah, interesting. The more you know. What minor superpower do you think all women should have that would make life much easier? I think you should be able to morph into a man sometimes. Like, if someone, that you didn't, like, you had to go somewhere, show up somewhere, and you knew you were going to be the only woman. It'd be cool to just go in as the only dude, like a dude, instead of the only woman. Because for me, I just don't like all the attention you get when you're the only anybody, whether it's you're the only black person, you should just be able to morph into something and blend in. Man, if I could blend in, I'd be so happy, because I love blending. I hate standing out. The ability to hold periods like you can for pee. Spider sense, so they know which one of us are safe and which are predatory degenerates. Instead of coming out the vagina, the baby just opens up a door. The ability to control sensations on your body to calm down any pain. That would be nice. Mind reading. I don't know that seems cool, but I would not want to hear everybody's thoughts. That would just, if I knew people's thoughts, I don't think I'd even leave the house. I want to be able to detect if someone's lying. Be careful what you wish for. I can definitely detect when my sons and my husband, men are terrible liars, number one, but yeah. I want anything near me automatically clean, sorted, organized. That would be nice. Even though cleaning can be therapeutic, I wouldn't want automatically. Sometimes I like to clean. See what the men folk are talking about. What rookie mistake did you make when asking a girl out for the first time? If they say yes but keep canceling last minute, and this happens constantly. It took me like 3 cancels before realizing that maybe she wasn't interested. Shoot, man, you should have canceled, been done on the second cancel. Know what you want to do that on the date before you ask her. Be specific. Make sure there are a few days notice between the time you ask and the day you want on a date. If she rejects the date because she's busy for whatever reason, the ball is in her court to ask you out next. If she does agree, get her phone number to text her the day before the date, letting her know you're excited. That's smart. If the date goes well, message her an hour after the date, letting her know you had a great time. You also should make sure she follows. Make sure she made it home safely. Women are big on that stuff. When I was 11, I had a crush on a girl in my class. I walked up to her one day and said, "Hey, you, me, go out," and walked away without waiting for an answer. I legit thought all you had to do was ask a girl and make her your girlfriend. I even remember her saying, "Huh," as I walked away. She later heard through the grapevine that I had been calling her my girlfriend, and she wrote me a note that said, "I'll be your girlfriend," so I guess the task failed successfully. You want to do something sometime, it's not asking a girl out. Of course, nothing ever happens when you say that. Thinking I need an extra nice and sweet to get her to like me. Yep, I was a certified nice guy about 18 years ago, though. I took rejection well and did not push after being told no. Some of these men questions are so dumb. Men who go to the gym, how do you stay consistent? What is your take on female bodybuilders? That's what y'all over here asking each other. Daughters of Reddit. What's the biggest mistake dads make with their daughters? I would say, as an adult looking at things, how you treat your wife is a reflection of how she'll be in relationships. That is very important for girls to see, that you treat your wife good. I mean, obviously you want her walking over you, but just showing her how to be, showing her expectations and what a man should be. So this girl said, "My dad and I recently talked about how he stopped showing me physical affection when I hit puberty. He didn't know how to act because his sisters got treated inappropriately by others when he was young, and he wanted to be sure I never felt like that. It resulted in me never getting hugs, kisses, or on the cheeks anymore. He also didn't know how to talk about it in the past, but in the last years he worked through so much of his rough childhood and really learned how to express himself better. He apologized when I said I understood his intentions, came from a good place, that the only bad thing was the hugs I missed. out on. We hugged for a really long time after that, and we've been hugging ever since. So I guess what I want to say is don't treat your daughters differently when their bodies start to change, and always keep talking. That's easier said than done, but I know a lot of men have issues with that because it's scary, because you want to make sure you're being safe with your daughter, and it's scary. I can see that. Like, I can understand a man's perspective on that. Not having anything to do with their daughters because the dad doesn't have anything in common with the girl. Well, the one mistake my dad made was not really being present. A lot of memories I have of him are of him watching TV or being on the computer and not having time to play with me. He always said he's too tired or he'll come play later, but when he never did. So since we never really bonded when I was little, we weren't at all close as I grew older. Being a parent is hard, my friends. You gotta be present even if you don't feel like it. Believe me. I wish some kids would leave you alone. You should be able to come home from work and just veg out. Just give them a nod, like, what's up? And just, like, let them live. But unfortunately, it just don't work like that, man. You have to ask them how their day was. Even if they don't ask you, you have to, like, engage your children. I know it's rough. That's why you gotta think about this stuff before y'all have kids. Because you can have a day where you, like, especially for me, I talk a lot in life. And so when I get home, man, I don't be wanting to talk to nobody. But being a parent, you got to have conversations with your kids. You got to ask them how their day, their life, and their friends. And I'm telling you, it lasts forever. Because I have a 26-year-old who loves talking to me. And it's great. I love talking to him too. But I'm just telling you, being a parent is real. It's real. Ain't no breaks in parenting. Alright, y'all. Let's get into these story times. First up is Nene Leakes about being single.
It's just really gonna be here for me and support me in every way. And I don't want to be the sole breadwinner. I do not want to be the sole breadwinner. So if any of you guys over there looking like I think I want to talk to Nene, if you're not bringing your own money to the table, please do not step over here. I have dealt with enough stress in my life. I want to deal with somebody that's really a good person. We were having a great time. And I know the times are always not great. And sometimes they change. He's such an asshole. It doesn't make any sense. And I don't want to be in a relationship where I have to deal with somebody that's an asshole. And I don't even want to deal with problems. I just want to have fun and have a good relationship.
I know you drink. Just stop it, baby.
What the fuck you mean what I drink?
Stop. Just stop.
What did I drink, Yanni? It is fucking 4:21
You have a couple
p.m.
of drinks at Houston, so stop.
Oh, we went to Houston?
Home when you drink. Yes, we just left Houston. When you go, when you drink, then you get on the Instagram, you make all kinds of fanatic. Just stop.
This man is out of control.
We're too old for that. If you do have
how many drinks did you have, Yanni?
How many what?
Drinks that you have?
I had 2 glasses of wine. That's all.
That's it? I just can't handle these issues. I just don't want the issues. Yes, I understand it takes 2 people, and I know that it takes people to work through issues. I've been in a long relationship, so I understand the give and take of a relationship. But this...
Alright, you done with your video, baby? You done with your video? Alright, cut that video. Let me do a better video. Okay, that makes sense. Because your video makes no sense.
This is a problem.
Alright, cut the video up, please.
So the kind of man that I would be looking for is a man that is emotionally available. I need somebody that's emotionally available for me. I need somebody that supports me. I need somebody that is my equal. And I'm just being honest. I think I prefer to date men that are probably 10 years younger than me. And I say that because I want a man that is fun. I want a man that likes to travel. I want a man that want to do stuff. And not that a man 50 isn't young, but I find that a lot of men that's in their late 40s and 50s, they're grouchy. They obviously show up as one person, and then later on you learn they're super grouchy. They don't want to do anything. I don't know. It's hard being single. Like, it's just hard being single. And it's hard being a public figure and single. Okay? Because you have all kind of people approaching you. You don't know what they're approaching you for. And Lord have mercy, I did not know it was narcissists sitting on every corner around here. Narcissists are everywhere. And I have learned so much about the narcissistic man. At first, when people would say the word narcissist, I literally thought that they were saying like a person that's like, more like cocky. That's how I thought of it. They probably talking about a cocky person. No. This is a mental health issue. This is bad. They're like a devil. So I bumped into a narcissist. And this particular narcissist is the kind of narcissist, first of all, this narcissist checks every single box. This is the kind of narcissist that wants everybody to believe that you're a bad person when you're not. They make up these stories and have everybody around them believing the stories. They talk to lots of women. They're just major cheaters, and they're heartbreakers, and they're not good people. They're the total devil. This is how I feel. Like, I was in a very long relationship. I'm really used to being in relationships. Honestly, I am. I don't think there's ever been a time in my life when I've been single. If I've been single for, it was 5 minutes, and then I was on to the next relationship. And that's a problem within myself that I need to work on, okay? And I am aware of that. I hopped into this relationship extremely early. We were having a great time. And I know the times are always not great. And sometimes they change.
So that's Nene with her new friend or new man or whatever, but she's feeling it. I think Nene, like, getting into the dating scene after her husband died, I think that was just, they were together so long, and I can't even imagine, like, if my husband died and I got into another relationship. It just wouldn't work. Especially being a public figure. That's crazy. Like, you're just used to your man and him spoiling you, and I couldn't even imagine another man. Ugh.
So I asked this guy to buy me flowers, girl. And we've been talking and going out on dates since, like, June. So I asked him to buy me flowers one day because I had planned a couple of dates for us, and I had just did a couple of little cute gestures for him. And I'm like, dang, like, you done showed up to all of these dates empty-handed. You don't bring a flower, you don't bring a rose, nothing. You just come with yourself. And the conversation be mid, whatever. But I like him for some reason. I don't know why, but I like him. So yeah, I asked him to buy me flowers. This dude was like, I don't buy women flowers. And I'm like, what? What? He was like, yeah, I've never had to really buy a woman flowers, and, you know, that's just not my thing. And I'm just like, that's not your thing. So he works near where I live, and sometimes he'll call me when he hasn't had like a free minute to go and get himself some lunch. So he'll call me and be like, hey, can you grab some lunch for me and bring it to my job? So I'll be like, yeah, cool. I'm not busy right now. I'll drop off some lunch. And girl, he's vegan. So he wanna order $18 vegan burgers and plant-based this from this restaurant and stuff. So I'm dropping like $25, $30 on lunch for him, and he not even asking like, do you need the money back? Did you have gas? Nothing. So I ain't never get mad about it, nothing. But when I asked him to buy me a flower, and he said he don't buy women flowers, I'm not about to beg you for a plant, my dude. Like, I'm not about to beg you for no plant. And honestly, I wish you would have told me that. I wish you would have told me that sooner, because you don't buy flowers? Okay, this is the dating world in 2023. Let's just start over again.
That's terrible. That's terrible, guys.
Do I freshen up between clients? The answer to that is yes. Now, I don't full-blown shower between each clients because I would have motherfucking dry-ass skin if I did that. But what I do is I get a wet soapy rag, and I wipe down between each client. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there are some days them hoes be so back to back that I don't have time to wipe down between each client. And so I just wipe down once I can. But on days where it's back to back like that, I'll end up showering. But yeah, I do definitely wipe down and freshen up. Like I said, I get a little rag, a little soapy watery rag, and I wipe down. I mean, I know I'm a 3 or 4 lady, but sure you don't be getting down like that. That we just hitting them hoes with no shower, no wipe down, no freshening up in between. Of course, I'm a clean up baby.
That's wild. Yeah, I remember that when y'all getting these hoes, they call themselves 304s on TikTok, but yeah.
115 dead bodies were just found rotting inside of this funeral home in Colorado yesterday. This is an extremely disturbing news story. So this is the Return to Nature funeral home in Colorado Springs, Colorado. They specialize in green burials, which is kind of a new trendy thing, which amongst other things means that your body is not embalmed upon your death. So you're kind of left to rot and just go back into nature as you came into the world. But it seems like the owners of this funeral home took that process a step too far. So inside of this funeral home, where there's 2,500 square feet of space, they discovered 115 bodies. I mean, I can't imagine what the interior of that building looked and smelled like. And according to the police department that made this shocking discovery, most of those bodies were so badly decomposed that they can only identify them through DNA. Obviously, this means that these bodies have been stored there improperly for a very, very long time. In another interesting twist, the authorities actually stated that they don't know exactly what this funeral home was doing with these bodies. Some theories include they may have been selling body parts. Obviously, they may have just been telling people they were burying their loved ones and they weren't. Or there could be other gruesome, disturbing things that were happening here that I guess we'll find out about soon. Yeah, so since this happened yesterday, we don't know much about what exactly was going on here, but I'll be sure to update you guys once we find out more about what the hell was going on at this funeral home.
That's crazy, y'all.
There's a certain type of emotionally immature caregiver that uses cleaning as a form of control.
This is a vulnerable one, but I'm going to hit on it, and I'm going to hit it hard, and I'm going to hit it good, okay? Black people, we need to understand something very important here. Epigenetically, we don't have the privilege of deploying these kinds of tactics in the process of rearing our children. I'm going to say that one more time. Epigenetically, we don't have the privilege of using chores, life skills, and basic responsibilities as a form of punishment. Because that experience and that choice to act out that form of punishment, right? Epigenetically is only associated with our ancestral subjugation and oppression, okay? So when white people exercise this, they are awakening a form of power within their epigenetics. When black people use cleaning and chores as a form of punishment, we are activating an experience of subjugation within our epigenetics. It is just as damaging as beating your kids, if not more. Just as damaging. We don't have the privilege of using these kinds of tools to rear our children. We have to learn emotional intelligence. We have to learn communication. We have to learn how to be vulnerable and transparent in our homes. Because epigenetically, using this kind of punishment awakens the traits in our genes that connect to experiences that are inherently degrading for us on a genetic, cellular level. Because our ancestors spent centuries being punished in this way. We cannot do this. It's not about soft parenting. It's not about trying to raise privileged kids. It's not about spoiling your kids. You can't spoil a child. You can't spoil a child, okay? But we gotta really get this. When certain groups of people use certain forms of punishment on their children, it's not that it's not traumatic for their children, but makes one thing very clear, ancestrally and historically. White people being able to use chores and responsibilities as a wielding of power is their ancestral epigenetic trait. Ours connects to being subjugated by that practice. So when it happens to us, it awakens ancestral trauma. Okay? And not only that, it affects us on such a deep neurological level that it throws our body into catatonic, which is why when you're constantly yelling at your kids to do this, do that, why don't you move when I tell you to move? It's because their body is frozen, because their nervous system has been awakened to a form of deep epigenetic trauma that you weren't mindful enough to be careful around when raising them. That's why they don't want to talk to you when they become adults. Because every time they have to clean a dish or wash something out the sink, they think about how you popped them or threw something at them or yelled at them or called them out their name in association with them not moving fast enough or not doing it when you told them to do it. So then they can't maintain the life skills to take care of themselves, to establish healthy foundations to raise children and families in. It's a cycle. And you don't think that using cleaning and chores affects your children in that way. But for Black people particularly, yes. So please stop. Because we don't have the privilege of doing it. I'm sorry. Thank you for my TED Talk.
Well, child, what you want us to teach them then? Because, listen, cleaning, yes, it was used as a punishment, but it don't hurt to make your kid clean for punishment. That's just my opinion. The military does it, so I'm gonna have to disagree. You don't have to beat your kid for it, but as far as cleaning for punishment, the military does it. So you're saying the military's wrong for using punishment for cleanliness and tidiness? What do y'all think? I don't know. It's not the worst of punishments out there. And it's not the worst, but it's not Friday yet. But we getting there, y'all. Y'all stay strong. We in this together. This is Vignette. We'll be back tomorrow.